She said, "Have you ever heard of Ibogaine?" I said, "I had not." She said, "I'm going to put you in touch with a woman by the name of Juliana Mulligan. You tell her that I sent you and ask her to tell you her story." So I reached out to Juliana, told her who I was, and I said, "Tell me your story." Juliana proceeded to tell me about her life with addiction as a young American woman. She herself had been a heroin addict. She had been incarcerated. She had been homeless. And at one point in time, she moved to Colombia to teach English as a second language. And while there, she discovered that Colombia has open pharmacies that are unregulated. She said that she was able to go into a pharmacy in Colombia and get as much of what she wanted whenever she wanted. And she did. And she said one morning that she woke up and looked in the mirror and she said, "I knew that I was going to die. This was it. And I was desperate to give myself a chance to live." And she said, "I had done every form of treatment that was known. I did abstinence. I did Suboxone." And she said, "What they didn't tell me about Suboxone was if you try to take yourself off of it, Suboxone withdrawal made my heroin withdrawal look like a cakewalk. It was one of the most horrific experiences I ever had in my life." She said, "I found about this Ibogaine called this alkaloid called Ibogaine through online internet research." And she said, "What I didn't know was that there are a number of operations that operate within the underground that don't necessarily adhere to the necessary safety practices to assure that this treatment can both be safe and effective." She said, "I made my way to Guatemala. I was in the hands of a practitioner who didn't know what they were doing, and I was given double the dose that I should have received." She said, "I went into cardiac arrest 6 times and nearly died." She said, "I remember waking up in the intensive care unit of a Guatemalan hospital," and she said, "I felt the best I ever felt in my entire life." Juliana put me in touch with a lady by the name of Adriana Kurtzer in New York City, who at the time ran a boutique law firm called the Plant Medicine Law Firm. Adriana and I had a brief introductory conversation. I told her, I said, "I want to learn as much as I possibly can about Ibogaine. I've spoken with Juliana, and this sounds too good to be true. I want to know if there's any legitimacy about this, and if so, perhaps what the state of Kentucky can do to move the needle on its development." She said, "I have a Rolodex of people that I think could be helpful to you. Who would you like to meet?" I said, "Well, I don't know the names of folks around this. I can just give you generally the category of folks that I would love to be able to speak with. I need to know who the foremost academic and medical researchers of this compound are,